Welcome back to Camp Out West and another episode as we continue transforming our abandoned caravan park into our dream home and guest campsite. If you watched our last episode, you know we struck gold. We found an old hut for sale in a neighbouring village which we transformed, and this week things get even more exciting. Our brand new glamping tent finally arrived after our last ones were a complete disaster.
We also celebrate Emilie's birthday, make big progress on our tiny house build, and pay a visit to our friends Gav and Nicole, who are bringing new life to their own abandoned small holding with a full renovation adventure. It's a jam-packed episode. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss what's up next.
Welcome back. So I'm starting the day in the cabin and I'm doing a really exciting job. I'm going to be painting our final colour on our cladding. So this took us so long to decide, and thanks so much to all of you that gave us your advice and input on what paint to go for. We thought we were going to go for the Farrell and Ball, but after lots of research and going through all your comments, we realised we needed something that was really durable because this is going to be our guest accommodation and we're hopefully going to have a lot of footfall in and out. We really wanted something that we could clean. So in the end we went for B&Q's own brand, which a lot of you recommended. And we went for the Alberta White, which actually dries really nice and warm, so should complement our kitchen and the furniture we've gone for. So I'm going to get changed and crack on with that. While I was painting, John went around and attached our trim pieces to the ceiling so I could paint it all in one go. He then also caulked and filled all the edges and gaps to give it a nice even finish. We also had our friend Johnny from Bows Bespoke come and trim around our windows for us.
So while Em is painting that side of the cabin, I'm finishing off this dividing wall to the bathroom. So earlier in the week we had our friend Johnny, who's an actual carpenter, come and help us. So we'd sort of sheeted this in ply up to about here where this red line is, and the rest was completely open. So we've got kind of like a little loft above the bathroom. We want it for storage, but I couldn't figure out firstly how to close it in nicely and to have an access to it. So I kind of put that job off for ages, and if I can't figure out how to do something, I just don't do the job. So we decided to get our friend Johnny, who knows what he's doing, to come and finish boarding the sides, and he's made this access door, so that's got proper cabinetry hinges, so it sits completely flush, which I definitely wouldn't have been able to do. Now my task is to clad all this up. Only difference with this wall is because we're not cladding onto battens, we're cladding onto the plywood. There are electric cables behind here, and our nail gun can only shoot the smallest nails of like 32mm, which will actually stick through the wall. So Johnny's kindly lent us this for the day, and this can shoot 18mm nails. So we're going to be tacking these on. This thing is an absolute beast. I'm not a big fan of our DeWalt second fix nail gun. It's not as good as the first fix. And if you had the money, this is what you want, but this runs on gas, so you don't really need to be charging batteries and stuff all the time. So I'm going to crack on with this.
Now I'd finished my paint top coat on the rest of the walls, I then filled in all of John's nail holes, sanded them off, and then they were ready for a coat of primer.
Today is Emilie's birthday and we're going to be having a dinner party outside to celebrate. But before we get started, I just want to say thank you to today's video sponsor HelloFresh, who are helping us make tonight's meal that extra bit special. If you're new to HelloFresh, they're a recipe box delivery service that let you choose from over 100 different meals every week. They send you all the fresh ingredients that you need, as well as easy to follow recipe cards straight to your door. We've been customers of HelloFresh since our first order back in 2014, and it's become a staple in our home ever since. We love how budget friendly it is, just £3.15 per serving, and how quick and convenient it makes cooking, especially on the busy days. Plus, with over 44 new recipes each week, we're always discovering new flavours and cuisines we wouldn't have tried otherwise. It's also perfect for special occasions like today. Since it's Emilie's birthday, I picked out a few of her favourite dishes to cook and enjoy together. One of our favourite things to do in the summer is to eat outside on the land, as this really feels like a perfect way to celebrate. If you'd like to try HelloFresh, you can get 50% off your first box, 20% off your second month, as well as free desserts for life. Just head to www.hellofresh.co.uk/CampoutwestPR and use our code CampoutwestPR50. Thanks again for HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video.
Yeah. Ready? That's so good. So you may have seen this hiding in the back of our recent videos. So this is our new glamping tent that arrived. So it's always been our dream to have camping on our land. And if you've been watching us for a while, you know that last year we did order some different glamping tents, and sadly they only lasted a week before they were completely unusable. They started letting water in, the poles all snapped, and luckily the manufacturers did admit fault and they realised they forgot to weld the seams, so they weren't waterproof at all. And they used the wrong gauge poles. So this is our replacement tent, and it's actually been up on the land for 2 months now because we wanted to test it through all the different weathers, and we've actually had a few storms and it's still standing, and we have been sleeping in it. We wanted to test it to check it would be suitable for guests, and we've loved it. I think we've had the best night's sleep we've ever had on the land in here. So last year we did actually start buying all the furniture for the tent, but because they were unusable, they've just been in storage, which has been a bit annoying. So we're really excited today to finally start putting all our furniture in the glamping tent, because it is summer now in Wales and we've got lots of friends and family visiting, so we're really excited to finally have somewhere for them to stay and enjoy while they're here. So we're just going to start styling the tent and getting everything inside. garden. I couldn't work out why the chairs look different then. Oh. So this is where we've got to with the inside of the tent so far. So we've gone for a really nice natural and fresh colour palette with the creams and the browns, and we've tied it in with all the jute furniture. We found a really nice jute dog bed, which Maggie loves, and we've matched it with the jute rug, and then it's also woven into the sideboards as well. We want to have a little coffee station in here too, and we want to add some lighting just to make it nice and cozy. But if you guys have stayed anywhere and they've had really nice elements in it that you think we could bring into our tent, if you could let us know in the comments, that would be amazing, because we've stayed in so many nice places and we always get so many good ideas, so it would be great if you've got any you could share with us as well.
So how this tent differs from the first tent that we had that failed on us. So this has a much sturdier frame. So the steel that they've used for this is literally so much like more solid. The first tent, the down supports for the frame just sort of sat on the floor, whereas these have got proper welded feet that you can bolt to the floor. So these are actually, you know, solidly bolted to the floor, so it's a lot more confidence inspiring. The way that these are attached is better. The ones before were kind of like how you connect crutches together, so these are nice. This tent has no floor as such, so that's something that we need to work out. The tent before had kind of a sewn in or welded in PVC floor, like a bathtub floor, which was good and bad, but this has left us with just the decking boards as our flooring, which we don't like too much because we've obviously got gaps between the deck boards, which means that we're going to get drafts, and obviously as soon as you put a light on here we're going to get the midges and things coming in. So if anyone's got any suggestions for how we cover this flooring, we've kind of looked at coconut coir matting and jute rugs. That seems popular for bell tents and that type of stuff, but if anyone can recommend something else, that'd be great. So this is different as well than the other tent. This has got a lot more windows, so you can roll them up from the outside, which gives you a lot more natural light. So obviously most of the days you're going to get sort of the Welsh weather, so it's going to be quite dull, so that's letting us have more natural light in the space, but also you can still keep it dry because they've got these velcro on PVC covers, and then obviously if it is a really warm day you can pull all these off and you can essentially have, you know, a full breeze through here, so it doesn't really get that warm. So one really good thing on this tent compared to the last one is we have kind of a PVC or a plastic rain fly over the top. So that's meant that definitely no water has come in so far, and it means that the water is actually running away from the walls. And also because that's sort of guy down, you've got almost double the amount of ropes holding the whole tent in place, so it's made it really sturdy in the wind.
We're so pleased with how the new tent is looking and can't wait for our first guests to come and stay. And while we're on the topic of new things, we thought we'd show you some more additions. We're really excited to have added a cold plunge to our sauna area. We thought this would be a really nice addition for our guests so they can go from the hot to the cold. And I've also recently started a run club with friends and we've loved using this area. We've also added some sun loungers at the back because the sun sets over here, so it is just the nicest spot to relax.
We've had quite a few people asking about how the trees are doing that we've planted. So we planted a load of hornbeam for a hedge on this side of the land, and then Em planted a whole little spot, like a plantation of basket making willow. So the hornbeam is actually doing really, really well. We were worried, we'd left it to, I guess, literally the last week of what is classed as the season for bare root trees. But these, we planted them and we invested in a massive hose pipe so we could water them for those first few weeks, because we had a really, really dry spell for 2 weeks. And I would say that they're doing great in general. I think when they were planted, they were about the size of the cane. So these, some of these have put on, yeah, I guess 12 inches in height. So really looking forward to seeing how they get on by next year. I think we should be up here somewhere. One problem I've been having, this area, even though we put down multiple layers of cardboard to suppress the weeds, and then we put a big hefty layer of compost. Because we've got soft rush in this area, you can see this sort of stuff. This is so strong and quite spiky, and it's actually piercing through the cardboard. So I'm having to come with kind of a pole hedge trimmer and actually cut around these, because they were literally getting swamped by the weeds. So I don't want to use chemicals or anything like that, so I guess that's just going to be kind of a maintenance task we have to keep going with. But yeah, really happy with how these are going. So before we go and have a look at Em's willow, I've got one question for people that have planted hedges and stuff on trees before. How long would you leave this protection on? Only reason I ask is because we've got these soft rush and other weeds pushing through, they're kind of like suffocating some of the plants. So like this tree, for example, like the tube is full of, I'll pull this one off if I can, ruining the tree. So everything's getting all sort of like sweaty and wet in there, where all the weeds are kind of, I don't know, getting wet and stuff in there. So I don't know, is it better to take these off now that they're quite sturdy, or should I still leave them on? I don't think we've got much of an issue here with, you know, rabbits or anything, but if you've done this sort of thing, let us know what you recommend.
So it's been 2 months since I started my willow patch, and I planted all my willow cuttings, and I can't believe in just 8 weeks how much it's all grown. What I can't get my head around is every single one of these is going to turn into a piece of willow that I can weave with. But it's just so exciting because every day we come and it's just that little bit bigger. So I'm really excited for my first harvest later this year.
So that's a little update on what's going on the land, because I feel like we haven't shared this part of the land for a little while. But this afternoon we're going to head in the car and we're going to go meet up with Gav and Nicole from the YouTube channel From City to Small Holding, and we're going to go and see an agricultural show, so we're going to take you along with us.
One thing we love about summer in Wales is every weekend there's either a food festival, craft fair or agricultural show on somewhere we can enjoy. For us, we treat them like a little social and love meeting up with our friends and have a break from the land. And we get great ideas and inspiration from all the local rural businesses and farm suppliers in Wales. The boys loved looking around the machinery and also had some fun with the raffle games. There was even a dog show, but we all know who the real winner was.
Afterwards we headed in the car to visit Gav and Nicole's small holding. If you don't already follow them on YouTube, then go and have a look for yourself. They moved here a year ago and have been working hard to transform this abandoned small holding into their dream home, and it's been incredible to watch their journey unfold so far. One thing we love about YouTube is all these new friends we get to make along the way. They gave us a tour of the small holding and talked us through their plans and dreams for the place. It was great to be able to see it at this stage before all the transformation is complete. We can't wait to visit again and see where this project and all their incredible hard work takes them.
Here you go.
When was this top then?
I'm not top, one thing at top.
There you go.
She's trying to get me.
How you doing? How you doing?
You're a big hippo.
Hey. Hello.
Speak Welsh to it,
So if you want to watch their amazing journey unfold, just head over to the YouTube channel From City to Small Holding and make sure to subscribe.
So that's the end of today's video. We hope you enjoyed watching, and we do have a bonus episode coming out on Sunday, which we're really excited to share with you. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you next time.